Hello, Rebel, and welcome back to my life. I can't not YouTube anymore. I just can't do it. So if you're new here, in October of 2020, after YouTubing more or less inconsistently for like 5, 6, maybe 7 years, I decided to just call it quits. And I made like a goodbye video. I made a couple more videos in 2021, but really I did give it up. I stopped making YouTube videos. The main reason is that it was just taking too much time. It was a time-consuming thing. It ate up a lot of my time that I wanted to be spending on writing. My main job at that time was writing, and I was spending too much time YouTubing instead. But it wasn't just that I was spending too much time on YouTube, it was everything. I was doing so many things. I was writing, I was YouTubing, I was doing the Nightblade Epic podcast every week, and I was also doing my D&D show with my friends, Natural 20 Proof. There was a lot going on. All these factors combined, in addition to just, 2020, what a dumpster fire of a year that was, made it so that YouTube was more painful than beneficial to me. I wasn't getting as much out of it as I was putting into it. The math just didn't make sense. That is no longer the case for several reasons. In the year and a half, holy shit, since I stopped doing YouTube, a lot has changed. The biggest one, which I did make a short video about last year, was my full-time job. I now work at an art gallery for 40 hours a week. That does take up a lot of time, and you would think that would make the situation worse. But other than that, in my own creative life outside of writing and work, there's just less going on. We're not doing Natural 20 Proof anymore. We're still playing the campaign, but we're not filming it to put on YouTube anymore. I'm also not doing the Nightblade Epic podcast anymore. That was another one where just like, the math didn't make sense. I wasn't getting as much out of the podcast as I was putting into it. I was doing hours on it every single month, and it didn't contribute that much back to me, if that makes sense. I think it was the same thing for Natural 20 Proof. The show was fun. We liked playing together, but all the work involved in filming it and putting it on YouTube, it was a lot of work. A lot of work. And it didn't really do all that much. For Natural 20 Proof, I know we wanted to build a community, build an audience for ourselves. That didn't happen to the degree that we wanted it to. For the Nightblade Epic podcast, it was like kind of the same thing. It never got very big, but that wasn't even really like the main reason that like it didn't feel like it was contributing all that much to me. It was more that like it wasn't actually that creative. I was just reposting audiobook chapters that I'd already recorded and published as an audiobook. There wasn't anything new there. There wasn't anything cool and exciting that I was adding to it. And it didn't do very much to like build community or audience either on the podcast. There were some people who listened and commented on episodes, love you forever, Danny, but mostly it was just kind of like it was just there, and it felt like it was shouting into the void. And to be fair, YouTube felt like it was shouting into the void sometimes. So, what's the difference? And the difference is that I didn't just start YouTube to build a community or build an audience. I did it for a bunch of different reasons. One reason in the beginning was accountability. Do you remember when I started out and I posted my word counts every day and I posted my word count goals for the new day? That was why I started my YouTube channel. And then I started talking about other stuff, like other topics and everything, and I thought that I invented vlogging. I thought that this was a brilliant new idea that I'd had and nobody else had ever done before in 2014. But another reason that I did YouTube, and I don't even know if I did this, like I wasn't thinking of this when I started, right? But it eventually became sort of an archive for me, for you, if you care about that sort of thing, and then also for my kids. Not to bring it into too real territory, but I've been thinking a lot about my parents recently. I've thought about them a lot ever since they passed away. But like recently, it feels like it's been ramping up for whatever reason. I just think about them a lot. And I know that I would give a lot to be able to see them again. We have some old videos, but they're all on like those, black camcorder tapes, and I'm going to figure out how to digitize them and save them and post them in a way that I can actually use them. But like, it's not the same. I didn't grow up in an era of YouTube, right? Neither did they. But meanwhile, I can go online anytime I want to and see literally hundreds of hours of my own face in a way that's actually easy to consume. The videos are edited, and I try to make them entertaining, and I try to communicate a point, and I actually like watching old YouTube videos of myself. And I hope that, you know, one day my kids would like to see that as well. Oh my God, if my dad or mom had a YouTube channel, one, it would have been fucking awesome, right? I would have loved to see what they would have talked about. And two, like, I just, it would be really nice when I miss them very badly to be able to just go back and like watch those videos, you know? Fingers crossed I don't pass away as early in my kids' lives as my parents, you know, passed away in my life. But still, I think this would be a cool legacy to leave for them and for their kids if they choose to have them one day. You know, I have no idea what my grandpa, either of my grandpas, looked like when they were young in motion. You know what I mean? I have pictures. I can see photos of them. But how did they move? How did they talk? You know, were they animated? Did they have sort of the same speech affects that they did when they were older, when I knew them? If I watched, you know, my grandpa, my dad's dad talk, if I watched videos of him laughing, would he sound to me just like my dad? Does he have my dad's laugh? Because I have my dad's laugh. Sort of. I have this weird, like, amalgam of my dad's laugh and my mom's laugh. And if I watch my grandpa, like, would I hear his laugh and my dad's laugh? And just, like, stuff like that is really cool and interesting to me. And I picture, you know, a day when my kids want to watch these videos. Maybe you're watching this right now. Don, Luke, Des, I love you so much. Maybe you're watching this right now and remembering, holy crap, remember when Dad was young like that? Or maybe you're watching it with your kids and you're like, hey, son, that's your grandpa. Yes, he does look like he's on drugs, isn't he? Lots of people said that in his YouTube comments. Apparently he never was. It was just coffee and, well, him. But in addition to all that, in addition to the archival nature of it, and in addition to the accountability, which really isn't so important anymore, I just like it. I just like filming. I just like editing and posting stuff online. I like video. I like video creation. I like film even better. Actual like filmmaking would be amazing, but that's not really in my immediate future. One day, for sure, but it's not something I can really do right now. And when I gave up YouTube, one factor that I was considering, one thing that was in my mind was, okay, I'm not going to be making YouTube videos anymore, but I do have Natural 20 Proof. I've got my D&D show with my buddies, and that's along the same lines. I'm still filming something. I'm part of a production, and now I'm part of a production that involves other people because I love working with people when I'm filming or making videos or editing, right? That was awesome. But now that's gone. And so I'm not doing anything with a camera ever. And that sucks. In October of 2020, there was so much work going into YouTube that the happiness I got from it didn't outweigh the pain of the work. But that is no longer the case. I really want to film. I want to edit. I want to post. I like this process, and the enjoyment that I got out of thinking of coming back to it and doing it again and planning all this stuff out is euphoric. I really am excited to do it again. I've pages in my bullet journal of video ideas that I've come up with recently. Just listing them out, just one after the other, just like, oh, this would be cool, and you know, this would be cool, and anyway, I want to do it. I'm happy and excited to be back. The thing is, I'm back. The thing is I still can't take a whole lot of time on this, right? I do have a full-time job, and I'm trying to write outside of that. I'm working 40 hours a week at my job. I'm trying to get 60 hours of writing in every month as well. So here's how I'm going to structure this. And I've already broken this today because I forgot. I just screwed it up, and I'll get better into the groove as I start this again. But Friday morning, I have 20 minutes to write a script. And whatever state the script is in after 20 minutes, that's it. It's done. Then I have 10 minutes to film. And that's the part that I've already broken because I'm so out of practice that this has taken me way longer than 20. Well, not way longer than 20 minutes, but it's longer than 10 minutes to film. After that, I have 20 minutes to edit. And whatever state the edit is in after 20 minutes, that's it. And then I've got 10 minutes for publishing and, you know, uploading and everything like that. And it's not counting like upload time because that's a thing, but like, you know, set the card to download. And anyway, 10 minutes for publishing and just doing all of that stuff. And then it's an hour and I've got a YouTube video. That does mean it's not going to be polished, right? Like if you watched my YouTube videos, you probably noticed that I used to fully script every video. I used to load it into a teleprompter and I used to read off the teleprompter, and I'm really freaking good at reading off of a teleprompter. So my videos were super clean, super tight. I had a 6-minute video that I would edit down into a 4-minute video, and that was it. This one is a lot not like that, and hopefully it will be more like that in the future, and I will figure out a way to just not make the filming process so long, because I already know the edit is going to be a bitch on this. So if the video seems rougher than it used to, that's why. But I'm still really happy to be doing this. I miss this a lot. I really like making videos or doing something creative like this as a side thing, and I'm going to do it. And you're going to see the whole list of video ideas. It's going to be coming to the YouTube channel soon. Starting next week. Starting this week, I guess. See? No script. What's even happening? Okay, so in keeping with the schedule that I'm trying to stick to, that's all I've got for you today. I'm done. I hope it was nice to see me. It was nice to be here, and hope to see some of you in the comments. It's been a while since I could look at YouTube comments. It's been a while since I got a copyright strike. I'm gonna go. I gotta try to get this online as fast as humanly possible, and then I have to go to work. Let me know if you saw this, and if you want to see me talk about anything in the future. I used to have like a whole routine at the end of the video. Don't remember what that was. Should probably go watch some old videos and refresh my memory. Honestly though, if there's something you want to hear me talk about, if there's something that you've been interested about, or something that's been going on recently, I would love to talk about it with you. So I'll see you probably in the comments, and we'll chitty chat about it, okay? Okay. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next Friday. Bye. I remembered that part.